I want to welcome everybody back to the Monster and Taz podcast. I'm your host, of course, Taz, and my co-host is Monster Mash. Say hello.
What's going on out there, y'all?
All right. Today we got Bronze Baby and we got Chill. Say hello, Bronze Baby.
Hey everybody.
All right. Chill, my man. Say what's up, baby. Okay. Today's episode is about spiteful stories. And these are going to be stories that either we're going to share that we've had done to us or that we have done. Nothing incriminating, but you know how it be. Of course, the last straw portion of the show is basically saying that, hey, this is it. I'm done. I done had enough. This is the last one in the jar. That's it. We're done. So I want to start off by saying, with the spiteful stories portion of the show, there have been a lot of stories I've actually heard about spite. Spite can really, it can cost you for doing it. It can cost you for it being done to you. Is it right? No. Does it make you feel better? In a sense, because we've all had feelings where, when it came to spite, it really, really made us do or say something really, really bad.
I like to call it sweet revenge. Ain't nothing sweeter than revenge.
Yes, sir.
Amen, brother. And I believe in serving it.
So, I'm going to start off and say that my spiteful episode, it was kind of funny. Me and, somebody I was with was arguing profusely. I mean, we was just arguing. I just really just had enough of. Now, once you argue for about an hour, 10 minutes at the max, but you arguing for an hour, you're done. So I'm like, look, I'm going to ignore you. And most people don't like to be ignored. Not at all. So I ignored this female, and I turned the game on, put the headphones on. So she yelling and screaming still at me, and I'm just looking at her, and I start looking at the game, and I start just like that into the game and stuff. She said, "Oh,
you went back to the game in the middle of that."
Oh yeah. So she said,
my goodness.
So she said, oh, okay. So she turned the game off. And when she turned the game off, she pressed the power button on the console. I looked at her, and then I stood over her, and then I pressed the power button back on, but I stood over the game so she couldn't get to it. So she felt like she wanted to get her point across. So what she did was she walked away, but she had a plan. I didn't know her plan, but she had one. So when she walked away, I walked back toward the couch and sit back down. This girl went to the breaker box and turned all the power off in the living room so I couldn't play the game at all. Or
I've done that before.
Yeah, man. So it's funny how when somebody
turned the power off,
she turned the whole power off to the whole living room, and she had power back there in the bedroom, but she pulled the fuse out of the fuse box. just out of spite. I thought that was a funny story that I could share with y'all because it's many different ways that somebody could do spiteful things to you or you could do to them. So I'm gonna pass it on to you guys. We're gonna start with start with Monster. That'll warm everybody else on the bottom end to think of something spiteful. So go ahead, Monster. You got a story or somebody did it to you or you did it to them?
Oh, I did this to the person. Now, y'all can say I'm wrong for this because let me paint a little picture right quick.
Uh-oh.
First of all, if I come and see you and I already consider you suspect, why would you sit up there and talk about another dude?
Hmm.
So yeah. So then I had something else happen that y'all can say I'm wrong for because she claimed she was pregnant.
by you?
Now, something like that, yes.
Okay. All right.
And I felt like, okay, you're pregnant. Why are you smoking cigarettes?
Red flag.
Man, I throw a dozen red flags on that one alone.
Uh-huh.
And then I kind of felt like she was lying about the pregnancy. So out of spite, I could not wait for the story of, oh, I lost the baby, something happened. Because I'm not a female, but I've never heard of somebody supposedly going to the hospital because they're in pain. And then they find out they miscarried and they walk out the hospital an hour later.
That's not possible. I don't think that's possible. Anybody agree with that?
No, that's not how that goes. That's not.
See?
Right.
And I am a
So,
woman.
right. So I was feeling a certain type of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you full of you know what?
Yeah.
So you know was pregnant. So I used it as a reason to break up.
Yeah, sound like he dodged the bullet.
I couldn't wait for her to come with the story. I was like, oh, that's gonna be my reason to break up.
She
I got a good one for y'all.
She got that one from madeupmonkeyshit.com. Go ahead, though. Go ahead, brother, baby.
I got a good one for y'all. And in this instance, yes, I was the spiteful one.
Oh,
But
shit.
Unlike some people, I'm gonna tell y'all this. For me to do something in spite, you pushed me.
Mhm.
You did numerous of things to me to make me do something to you. So I don't feel remorseful. I don't feel regretful. I don't have no burning thing in my conscience about I'm gonna do whatever it feels. Yes, it makes me feel better, not just in that moment, but even when I think about it months later, years later, weeks later, it still makes me feel good that I got back at your ass.
Holy
So
shit.
let me throw that out there first.
Disclaimer.
So I'm not the one to play with. Disclaimer.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so I was dating this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we dating, and in the midst of us dating in the Bronx, running around, he introduced me to this female and told me the female was just a friend, like his best friend. He'd been friends with her for years, and they just friends, and had me hanging around the girl, going out places with him and her and groups of friends and stuff, being cordial. So one day I find out that not only are they friends, but they friends with benefits.
Oh, shit.
They not just friends.
He was trying to make you another friend with a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
They friends. No, we supposed to be dating exclusively, but she's your friends with benefit that you lie and tell people she's a friend, like a sister, but you actually sleeping with her. So when I found out that he was sleeping with her, he had a friend. And his friend
went to the friend.
His friend was a lot more thuggish, had more tattoos, had piercings in his nipples and all kinds of crazy stuff. And he used to always hit on me, and I used to always turn him down.
Damn, but that was his friend?
It was his friend. And I had a certain level of respect, so I would always turn his friend down. But when I found out that his female friend wasn't quite just a friend, I fucked the shit out of him.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I fucked that nigga so good he had to go back and tell his friend that I did it.
Slip and slide.
She put the icky bricky on that.
Slip and slide.
So good that he had to go back and tell his friend that I did it.
Nah, that's some bullshit. Like, when it comes to certain things like that, some people feel like that bro code is very, very strong. But, you know, you got your guys out there and females that they just don't give a fuck. I mean, we discussed before.
But the whole time he knew what he was doing. He knew that he was sleeping with that girl. The only person who didn't know that he was sleeping with the other girl was me.
So how'd you find out?
His friend knew. His friend. I found out because I found out. No, I found out because of the girl. Because I, went to hang out with her or something when he wasn't around, and they saw in her phone that they were communicating and stuff, in a non-friendly manner. So when I asked him about it, there was nothing that he could say to me. But his friend knew the whole time. He just didn't want to break the bro code and be the one to tell me what his friend was doing.
I mean, but shit, he already
on my own.
But he was already breaking it because he was hitting on you, right?
He was hitting on me because he knew his friend was a dirty ass dog.
Oh, I got you.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And he just didn't want to be the one to tell me that he was a dog, but he was like, you deserve better, And little did I know, he was right.
So, okay, so you had got confirmation then.
Mm-hmm. People can't be mad when people do, like, I found out one time a guy was cheating on me with a girl. And when I went up to, went up to see him, popped up unannounced, uninvited, the girl was there.
But motherfuckers...
If you get your car key or your tire slashed or some shit, you can't be mad at the girl. You gotta be mad at yourself.
But some motherfuckers will just tell you shit just to get them draws, you know what I'm saying? And, they
But what people don't understand is females like sex too. If you just be honest, 90% of the time, she might decide she still want to do it. Be honest.
Wait a minute, let me get my paper and pen. What'd you say again?
We gotta write that one down. Wait, that's gotta go on file there.
For real.
I have to get a file.
Because there are females out there who don't mind. They might just want to bust a nut. She might just be sexually attracted to you. So she might just want to ride you one time for the good time.
Yeah, you know what?
So
and
you just be honest and say, you know what? I'm not really looking for nothing. I just want to be, I just want to see you tonight. But when you say that, don't take her phone number. Don't call her afterwards. Don't keep seeing her. If you want to see her for that one time for the good time, then see her one time for the good time and leave it alone.
I agree.
That's when men mess up.
I agree. And here's another thing that I had said in the red flags episode. When somebody tells you they not looking for a relationship, but they still want to fuck with you, you should take that as such, because if you try to force it on them, trust me, they gonna end up messing around on you. Because that's not what they if they say it out their mouth, trust me and believe me, they mean it. Yep. Exactly. Absolutely. What about you, Chill? You got a spiteful story?
Oh my goodness, let me tell you, it's the other person being spiteful. So, I live in a city. When I'm on, at my house, it's about 100,000 people, so to speak. But it's like a big, like a small city. It feels like it anyway. Everybody know everybody. So I started seeing this chick, and keep in mind, I had been with my ex for a minute, right? So, we still stay in contact because we have our kids together. So this chick came over one day, and she's laying on the porch, she's chilling. She said, she started telling me how she knows the ex, right? And that's it, I'm to be funny. She had the phone up. I'm gonna take a picture and send it to her. I said, huh? I started
she know her.
Yeah, I didn't, at the time, it's registered in my mind a little bit what she's saying, but at the same time, I'm like, haha, yeah, we don't know her like that, but evidently she do know her like that. So she's being funny. So I didn't think she actually going to snap the picture and send it. I thought she was just joking about it. So she snapped, evidently she did snap it and put a message on it too. So we go back in the house, and next thing I know, my daughter calls me in the room. She said, I got mom on the phone, and she is pissed.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, what's she mad? What's she calling mad about? She said, You got one of her friends over here.
Oh,
I said, huh?
shit.
She said, yeah. And she said that she sent a picture and put a message on it talking about I'm over your man's house.
Damn.
I was like,
Wow.
what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she put me on the spot. So she put it on speaker and put me on blast.
Oh,
On
my
speaker.
God.
So the chick in the other background, she hearing the conversation. And I can hear her talking, oh, is she on the phone? I'm like, oh, Lord. I said, you going to have this chick over here. Because she want to come over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But even though we ain't together like that. I was like, how in the world, what in the world's going on? I said, how in the world did I get involved with somebody that, that was intertwined that close? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Small
had
world
no
after
idea.
all.
I had no idea they knew each other like that.
You know it. You can really just say that spiteful things are like, you being petty. You could say that. I'm not saying it in its entirety, but you could say, spiteful things are like being petty or whatnot. But
Mm-mm.
I've heard of issues where, on the spiteful side, where, because I had a certain somebody I know, I'm not gonna say their name, but good dude, very good dude. He had about 5 kids with his. I say co-parent. I don't say baby mama. I say co-parent. He had 5 kids with his co-parent. So they were married, but that marriage didn't last long. I'm talking about a New York minute and a San Francisco second. Okay. So
Mhm.
it just didn't work out. But she decides, even though he's a good father, she decides that she wants to take him to child support. Okay. Now, child support is a big issue with us. I get the object of it. The object is they want to make, it's presented for the, father to take care of that child with the financial, but it's, most of the time it's forced on the mother because, oh, we'll take your benefits if you don't go through with it. Or on some of the mother's house, it's a thing where I want to see what I can get, um, is there any issues about that? Because she, in that scenario, she was actually dangling the kids and child support over his head, or you can't see him. How do guys feel about that? You know what I mean? And how, from the woman's perspective, how do the women feel about women who do that? Let's start with the Bronx baby, since she's the only female in the room.
I'm a little I don't using kids as spite as pawns is wrong. I don't care whether you're the father who's a custodial parent or the mother who's a custodial parent. It's wrong because kids need their other side. I grew up in one of those households where my dad was doing him. My mom found out about it, and she decided that since she didn't want to be with him no more, he couldn't be around us anymore. And you, as a child, you grow up with anger and resentment towards the custodial parent because you realize as you get older, it wasn't because you didn't give him a chance to be a dad.
Mm-hmm.
You made that choice based on whatever feelings or whatever personal animosity and anger you had towards him. He may be a shitty boyfriend, but who's to say he wouldn't have been a good dad? I'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
One. Two. I'm not one of those females. I have 2 kids from 2 different men. I've never been in child support. Even when I was on assistance and they told me I had to put information or they would take my benefits or whatever, there's always ways around it if you want to get around it. Most of the time when bitches are doing that, they're doing it because they're spiteful or they think they're going to get
Exactly.
more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's honestly it's true. And to use that as a pawn to try to hurt the person, if you're a good dad and he buys clothes and he takes them out and he feeds them or whatever, leave the man alone.
Right.
Let him do what he got to do.
Monster, how do you feel about that issue? Oh, I'm sorry. You still got
And
something to say?
any woman that's with a man and doesn't encourage him to be an active parent, she's a less of a woman.
So how do you feel about it, Monster? That whole child support issue and how it's forced and
Well, the system put in place needs to really be overhauled and updated as far as I'm concerned. I can't understand how if a woman goes to child support for someone on a dude, they get no problems to make it happen. But if it's a father, it takes a while to make it happen. He has to fight hard to get it, even if he got custody.
Absolutely. I've seen that scenario.
It is hard for a father to get child support. But that's one aspect that I think needs to be overhauled. The other one is they should regulate how the money is spent better. And the reason I say that is because I've seen people who might have a kid or whatever, and they get their child support, and the kid get a Happy Meal, and they dude or whoever they kicking it with or whatever, he getting liquor, food, all kind of stuff.
Hell no.
Preach
You know
on,
what I'm
brother.
saying?
Or if she getting a $300 weave.
Or Gucci purse. So
Right.
so chill.
And the kids those come from Walmart.
My fault. Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead,
I
Monster.
think it should be more like WIC. You know, remember how WIC is? I heard they
No
got
cash.
rid of it.
It was just a flat out
You have to go
coupon.
in the store and you have to buy this.
Just a flat
They sign
coupon.
off on.
Yep, absolutely. So chill.
That's it.
How do you feel about it?
Or
my fault.
hold up.
My bad.
Or if the money was taken to pay a utility, I can understand that.
Yeah. Cause you know the kids need electricity, they need water, they need gas for when they get cold, they need the heat. I get it.
Right.
Absolutely.
I get what he's saying. And honestly, working in the healthcare system, it should be something kind of like how aides are with their client. Whenever aide goes out for their client and buys something or does something with the client, they have to save receipt. They have to account for what they do. And it should be no different with child support.
Yep.
So
It should be no different.
So chill. How do you feel about the issue, or do you know anybody that went through a spiteful? I'm gonna go through this child support thing just to be spiteful.
Oh, I see all the time, bro. I see dudes get screwed over all the time with that scenario. Well, for me myself, to give my personal experience in it, I wasn't gonna let that happen because I fought to have my time with my kids. You know what I'm saying? So when it came down to it, I said, I said, how this gonna roll? I'm getting the same amount of time you got.
Right.
As a man, you got to make a decision of how you want to take care of the kids. Either you want to take care of them yourself on your time, or you want to let the female take care of them. Well, if the man is what I consider, low, lame dude who don't take care of his kids, then of course he got no choice but to pay child support. But if the man's stepping up and taking care of his, I don't see where the child support come into play. That's me, But I see a lot of women do. I see a lot of being, unfortunately, I see some of these brothers spend some time. Unfortunately, go to jail for some crazy reason. But then, of course, they probably got themselves involved in the scenario. But the women decide they're gonna stick it to the dude. So the whole time while they sit up in jail, they build up the tab, the child support tab. So when they come out, they got like $10,000 to pay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I see that a lot. But like I say, me myself, I had to fight. I had to go to court. Get half the time. So, I didn't. Child support didn't come into play because I took care of kids on my time. You take the kids on your time. You use your money. You pay the utilities on your time. So when I got the kids on my time, I pay my utilities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, as a dude, I have to get a shout out to all the dudes that say, if you got kids, man, try to fight for your time with your kids. If you make a baby, you got to take care of a baby. That's in the story.
There you go. So I know most of us don't know anything about this, but I mean, there is, something that's floating around that's never really been looked at. But when I bring it up, I want you to think about how this issue could be spiteful as well. Alimony. Yeah. So do you feel like we're gonna start around the room again with Bronze Baby now, and then the fellas can absorb it while she's answering. Now with alimony, do you feel like that is a necessity to pay somebody, or do you feel like that's just something made up just so it was just made up? It could be spiteful, it could be whatever. How do you feel about alimony? Is it something that's needed or something that's deserved, or do you feel like that's just some bullshit, spiteful shit that the law just made up?
I personally think that it is spiteful. Unless she's a house or he's a house husband or a housewife where they have not had any income for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years because they've been the primary stay-at-home custodial parent. That's the only really exception where I see a need for alimony. Otherwise, you're just being lazy. Get the hell up, get off your ass, go get a job, and get your shit together.
Well put.
It's not up to me to support you while you go out here and date every Tom, Dick, and Harry underneath the sun. No.
And I do believe
I'm not doing that.
I do believe alimony stays around until you get married again, correct?
Yeah, until you either get married again or get engaged again, or or the person dies, or you become in a better financial situation where you don't need it anymore. But most people do not say, well, I'm making more money now, so I don't need it anymore. They keep going and keep sucking the other person dry. Or some people, because they feel like they're not getting what they wanted in the relationship, they didn't get what they wanted in the relationship, oh, I'm gonna go after what they got. If you want to go after that other person's 401k or their retirement or their pension, get up, get out, and go get you one.
Right.
Hold up.
It's your turn anyway, Monster.
Now, hold up.
It's your turn.
Hold up. Now they actually can go after your 401k.
Yes.
Absolutely. You didn't know that?
Oh,
Yes.
oh my God.
Absolutely.
Yes, dear.
That's your
Yes.
retirement fund. That is like.
Yes.
And Monster, just to let you know, this is what I know.
Who stay married to military people just to get past that 7 to 10 year mark, because once they get past that 7 to 10 year mark, they're entitled to the part of their retirement.
Yeah, it's like 10 years. And I don't know if you know this. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but when it comes to after that 10-year mark, you actually have to have your husband or wife co-sign off of it so you can get it. You didn't know that, did you?
Wow.
Yeah. So how you? It's your turn, brother. So how do you feel about that whole alimony issue?
Okay, like she said, it all depends on the person. Like if they was a stay-at-home person, I understand that. But did you earn before? Did you really walk into this actually having your own established earnings before that? I ain't talking about no minimum wage stuff. I'm talking about making a decent living for yourself. Then I can feel like, okay, I kind of agree with the 7 to 10 year mark, but it should be something. If it was up to me, it would be something on the back end as an option.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, y'all getting divorced or whatever. Well, he has the option to give you a portion of his 401k. Now, as far as the month-to-month alimony, I can understand that a little bit. Like, for say, if they wasn't employed or whatever. But if they're employed and they're maintaining like they are, they shouldn't be entitled to no freaking alimony.
Yeah.
Make it like we annulled it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it like that.
So
Now, you do got them bloodsuckers out here that, like, let's say you one of them people, you making good money. You making, let's say, 300,000 a year. She shouldn't be entitled to all that considering the amount you make, and she never really had a substantial income beforehand. I'll use an example that I saw in the movie. She used to work at Hooters. She shouldn't be entitled to that.
right.
Because she might have had, that's a low paying job. That's why I said that.
I mean,
Uh,
it is what it is.
but it is what it is.
Right.
But as far as being entitled, no, you shouldn't. It shouldn't be allowed. Because I ain't gonna lie, I come up with 9 million reasons to make it so you can't get the money. I go hide the money.
You'll put it in like an overseas account.
I put it everywhere so they couldn't get it. It's over with. Especially if I know I kept it real and you played me.
Well,
it's over with. Because like she said, they'll wait it out and then get their little Rico Suave. Yeah, I got the dude I really want now, and I'm gonna live off his money, off this alimony. No.
If you prove adultery was at play, if you could prove that with a private investigator, taxes,
you gotta prove it.
Yeah, once you prove that, they don't get a dime. In most states, they won't get a dime in alimony. I know that for a fact. Chill. How do you feel about the issue?
Well, being a person that gets alimony.
Here we go. Oh shit! I smell dirty laundry. I smell it.
Yeah. I get alimony because she fucked up.
Spike then, right?
So, I'm like, okay, you maybe spend years in this relationship, because, when you spend time, it's kind of similar to the circumstances you was talking about earlier. Like, I could have had many women, all this, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I stayed true, faithful, whatever, maybe. So all this time, I put into a relationship and you decided to fuck up. So we both made good money.
Mm-hmm.
That was the money part is not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's about her messing up. You know what I'm saying, in a relationship. So, you pay, you play. Or you play, you pay.
That's absolutely.
So that's how it went down. So, we set up an agreement. It's a 5-year agreement. It's not like, alimony forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 5-year agreement. She paid me a certain set amount of money per month for 5 years.
So she paid for that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now,
Yes,
hold on a second.
Hold on a second. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
You said she messed up. Did you do it out of spite?
As far as getting the alimony?
Yeah.
Part of it, was like, okay, hey, you knew what you know the deal. So I'm saying that, as far as like, the way it goes down is we have 3 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
These kids have a lot of stuff that I do. You got college, you got
so you got the kids.
Right. But even though the kids are older, they're old enough to take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But we made obligations to help them after the fact. So I have kids that live at my house. That, I still help them because, coming out of school, I know it's not easy. I know as a young person coming out of school, it was hard for me. So I want to make sure that, they were able to get on their feet first. So, and she knew this. So a lot of money goes into play for that.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of the kids, blah, 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 blah. So I'm the one, left taking care of all this stuff. So I'm saying, okay. So I'm taking care of my obligations. You could at least do your end of the situation.
Right.
But, some of it, you can't help but say some of it is spiteful.
I mean,
you have to be honest about it.
My take on it, I know everybody had their reasons and stuff, but I don't know. I just, because some people pay child support and alimony, and my thing is, the child support. We all know that. Damn, I dare I say this, but we all know the state get they cut of that shit. They get like a 2% cut. I've seen it. So and then I've seen issues where I was finished with child support with one child. Mm-hmm. And then the person that I'm with, that I have a kid with, they actually sent her a letter saying, okay, well, he finished paying for this kid. How about you start it up for this one? You know why they pushing that agenda? Because they get 2%. 2% might not be shit for one person, but 2% for the whole state or majority of the state, that adds up. That's money in the state's pocket. If that makes any sense. So this is why, they say things like, oh, well, we'll cut this, the benefits off, or we'll do this, we'll do that. They kind of threaten the mother with this stuff because they want their 2%. It's almost like some pimpage shit to me.
Right.
It's, it's almost like that to me.
Well, so, get theirs.
They gonna get theirs.
Well, see, I don't agree with that child support, for the extra crazy amount of money. Like, you look at Tom Cruise. Ain't no way in the world you tell me you need $200,000 a month for child support.
Man, listen. You know what? I just think that, and then I seen on the TV where 50 Cent said that $6,000. What'd he say? $6,000 a month is not enough or something. Get you a job, bruh. Get you a job.
He not young.
No,
he like 25.
Bruh, get you a job.
Yeah.
It's most motherfuckers out here, bare minimum, they make like $2,000 a month. And they surviving off of it. Get you a job.
But for me, it's like what Chill said. If you don't want to pay the money, spend more time with your kid.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Priorities is not an option. You had to get to them priorities. It has to be done. But the alimony thing, that's a very, very controversial issue to me. But I mean, it is.
Yeah, the whole premise is to keep the person in the same lifestyle, in the same manner in which they was already accustomed.
I get that. And
that's the premise.
And for a lot of people who's been married or whatnot, it's a thing where they feel like, yeah, they built something with this person. Now, to me, just my opinion, Chill, and my opinion only. If I built a business with you or something of that nature and it was given to me for some circumstances, yeah, I believe I could pay you, this and that out of the business and stuff. But just out of my pocket, this is just me alone, my opinion. Just me just paying you some out of money. I don't agree with that, but I get it. It's a system in place for everything, right?
Yep.
All right. So if you guys want to move on from the spite, like if you don't have any other spiteful stories that'll just blow our mind that happened to you or that you did, of course you're not going to say the things you did because it'd be self-incriminating. But
why not?
Okay. Well, let's get it. Let's get it.
I do not. I do, like I told in my disclaimer, I don't feel bad about nothing I did. So if I did it, you pushed me to the point to make me do it.
Is there something
so don't be mad that I did it.
Is there a scenario that you want to share? Another one? Come on. It's time to let it out. Go on, girl.
There's been a few.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a very spiteful person. I can't lie, I'm a very spiteful person. I remember one time a guy did something, I forgot what he did. But whatever he did, it pissed me off so bad. He had bought me some teddy bears and stuffed animals and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I basically decapitated them and cut them down the middle like I was gonna do it to him, and I hung them outside his door.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
wee. I done heard some things I done seen, because I was watching, when you watch certain shows and stuff like that, they show you what people do when they get mad, they find out about people cheating and stuff like that. I've seen the burning of clothes. I've seen this girl actually fill up the tub with all of his shit and just bleached it down. I was like, wow.
Just about to say that.
What's
y'all love the, why y'all like to bleach the clothes?
I don't get it.
I don't get that. I want to do something that's really gonna hurt you. I want to put a Snickers bar in your gas tank.
Why?
I want to reach out to you. I want to reach out to your wife and give her screenshots of all the text messages and the phone calls and the pictures. I will hurt you.
Mm-hmm. That's some Vince.
I'm gonna hit you where you gonna remember me for years. I'm a petty. I have a whole petty group on Facebook. I'm a petty queen.
Wow. So, but let me ask you a question, Bronx Baby. So when it comes to, you know, you feeling better, you getting that revenge and stuff like that, we're all not perfect, but I gotta ask you, if the scenario called you to be petty, if the scenario called you to be vengeful, spiteful, whatever you want to call it, spiteful, that's the show. What if the what happened was caused by you? You had the argument, you felt like you was right, you tore up his shit, and then you reflected back on it later like, damn, it was my fault. Do you feel bad about that?
Then you might feel bad.
Okay.
But usually, once I'm going off, I have see, that's another thing too. Men don't, when women say shit, or when they accuse you of shit, or when they saying something, there's another one y'all might want to write down in the book. She already knows, my nigga. Let me keep it a bound with you. We are private investigator. Dick Tracy ain't got shit on me.
Female Inspector Gadgets.
Y'all got a lot of time on your hand.
I am MacGyver, Inspector Gadget, meet Sherlock Holmes with a fucking side fucking piece of Homeland Security part FBI. Okay? I look for DNA. I look for evidence. Any kind of evidence you want to look for, we look for. So when we come with accusations or questions, we already know.
Well, you know what? That takes a lot of energy and strength, and because I'm the type of person
what you care about.
Wait.
You love.
No,
wait.
Hard
for.
Well, I get that, but and you know, I've done it too. I ain't gonna lie. You know, the scenario I did on the one show where I had called her. She said she was somewhere. Then, you know, with the you know, the situation, I ain't gonna say it again, but you know, where the one place she said she was, I Googled it and I found out it was two different places. So I went to both of them. That's why I had seen the guy sitting in her car. But that was part of what you saying, detective work or whatever. But here's my thing though. Here's my end game. Like I said before, it turns me off just like a light switch when I see a scenario you're doing XYZ with somebody else, because I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. My energy drains that I have for you completely out at that second. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm not gonna sit there and baby, please, fuck that. I'm not about that shit. You know, once I see that, it ain't no second chances with me. It ain't none of that, because I feel like I'm too good for that. I don't think that I'm above no one on this planet, but I do think I'm above bullshit. So that giving you a second chance and hearing you out, and I caught you red-handed, you can forget that. You can forget it.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? All that, but baby, wait. This and I don't stick around for that shit. You know why? Because that makes you a glutton for punishment. If you give them up, you see what I'm saying? If you sit there and
that's what makes a lot of spiteful shit happen, because the person feels like, damn, I done went hard for you, I done forgave you, I done gave you second, third, fucking fourth chances, and you still making me look stupid. So now I feel stupid, so now I want to hurt you.
How do you feel about it, Monster? How do you feel about if somebody you ultimately cared about and you found out that they were doing XYZ with somebody else. How do you feel about second, third chances, fourth chance? How do you feel about that, brother?
Well, it all depends on what it was. Now,
Uh-oh.
if it's a situation of like miscommunication or I mistimed something, I can understand that. But when we have a communication of, for instance, hey, when you get off work, make sure you call me. And then I'm calling you, and you never answering the phone. Well, I always call, and then I don't hear from you until like 3 hours later, and you just never called me back. Yeah, I can't give another pass on that. I'm a little bit cutthroat. I understand if per se, hey, things happen, but if I feel like you blowing me off by doing something sneaky or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I can't live with that. It's not gonna be no second, third chances. If I know I'm the type of person, I keep it real. I be into my woman, like I said, and Taz,
Oh yeah.
when I'm with my girl, I'm with my girl. I don't care about the world.
Yeah.
It's all about us.
Yeah, me and
That's
my
the way
niggas
I am.
my niggas is second. I got you. I feel you.
I catch y'all when I can.
Right.
But if I'm doing all this and that, and you're putting yourself in situations like that a little bit too often, no, I won't be so forgiving, because I was in a situation where this person wasn't necessarily doing stuff like that, but just being disrespectful and rude, and I kept catching her in lies and stuff, and then she begged me to move with her, and then she want to kick me out when I catch her on dumb stuff, and I'm looking like I'm the one. I ain't did nothing wrong. I go to work, I come home. How's you tripping because I'm doing this and that? I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave them second and third and fourth chances, but after you done got kicked out so many times, I said the last time, like I said, final straw, I'm done.
That's it.
I can't do it no more.
We're gonna come up on the final straw after this. So Chill, how do you feel about that second and third chance?
No, because I always feel that if you, especially when it comes to that creeping thing, because once you creep one time, you're gonna do it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory. Because it was a fun experience. You just talking about it rolling up on. See, that's how I caught my ex. Was I was out of town working, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I come back and she not answering the phone. So, fortunately these iPhones are pretty good. So you could see what the other person at
Yeah.
on the phone.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at, and when the other person is at the hotel, that's a bad
you already
sign.
got it confirmed.
It's there at the hotel. So what I did, I said, okay, this is a one and done deal.
Ooh.
So I took everything she owned in the house. You know that game, that plinker game, you pull a thing and it falls down?
I know what you're talking about.
You power
Or Gito or something like that.
Yeah. So I took everything she owned and stacked it on her car at the hotel. Everything.
Wow. See, now that's spiteful right there.
It was so high in the sky. It is so I piled everything up on the car. And I took all the air out of all the tires.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn.
And then
I like your style.
My kind of guy.
Woo.
I like that. My kind of guy.
I mean,
I like that.
Before you did that, did you put the army fatigues on? I mean, because that's war. That's some war shit right there.
I put everything on the car. I'm not talking about I left nothing at the house. I put everything on the car. Even dresser drawers on the car.
Okay,
what happened? Did she try and call you back?
So then I called a private investigator too.
Oh man.
So yeah, I did a good number. Mm-hmm. I said, what are done on this deal? Yes, sir. That's I believe exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we got 10 more minutes. So look, check this out. So let's go to the last straw part of the episode. Okay, we're gonna go around the room. We're gonna start with Monster. He's the creator of this portion. So is there a scenario or is something out there that would make you feel like, hey man, this is the last straw, I can't take no more?
I think the worst thing when it comes to me and last straws, because I care so much about whoever I'm with or whatever. If you cheating or I even get I smell something. What's that? And I get it confirmed, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm the type, I'm so much of an a-hole, I'll leave and won't even tell you. I'll slowly be taking my stuff out.
That's how I am. Same.
Oh,
shit.
you about to go kick it with your girls all night? Okay. Go on right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Get all my stuff while you gone.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So,
especially if you cheat.
Bronx baby. Let's see what you got
Yes,
to
sir.
say. Let's see what you got to say on that. That last straw. What can a man do?
I think as women, we're a little bit more forgiving and a little bit more inept to give second and third chances.
Really?
But everybody has their fucking breaking point. At some point, you have to say, for me personally, as a woman, I know what I bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not just coming to eat at somebody else's table. I know what I bring with my own table.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, if I know what I bring with my own self, if I know the worth that you saw in me when you got with me,
Mm-hmm.
I have to never forget that. So for me, I might forgive you if you cheat. You know, maybe we might separate for a couple of months. I might take you back or something like that. But for me, when it gets to the point where it starts fucking with my self-esteem, where I start wondering if there's something wrong with me or what's wrong with me or what's lacking in me that you won't stop doing the bullshit, it's time for me to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's time for me to go because now you're not just hurting yourself, you're damaging me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The mind is
Once
fragile.
I have to walk away with damage, it's time to go. I'm fragile.
Yeah, the mind is fragile. So chill. Go ahead. With your last straw scenario, or how would it play out with you?
Well, I could deal with just about anything. Relation arguments. All right, we'll kiss and make up later, whatever. If somebody spends some money, that's all right. We can get over it. The only thing want to dumb me is the cheating thing. Mm-hmm. That's it. Three, it's a wrap because you broke up a vow. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'm good. I could deal with most things in a relationship. But one and done is the creeping thing.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to wrap things up, okay? Because we're looking on about 6 minutes here. So we're going to wrap things up with reflections, okay? We're going to start off with reflections for what we talked about the show. We'll start with Bronx Baby. When it comes to the reflections on the last straw or reflections on how you feel about doing spiteful things or when spiteful things happen to you with the relationship or with someone you seeing, how do you feel like you're going to handle it going forward?
I'm going to tell you the truth, guys. Not much going to change with me. I love hard. I go hard for whoever I'm with. So if you try to play me or you try to play with I don't play well with others. So if you choose to, then you choose whatever consequences come with you, like Newton's law of theory. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You right. Can't choose how I choose to react. And if I choose to bust your shit, then that's just what it's going to be.
Dangerous.
Bust the windows
that's what it's
out
gonna
your
be.
car.
I didn't say bust. I might bust you in your head with a tire iron, nigga. I'm not saying I'm gonna bust the windows out your car. I might stick a needle with a damn air bubble in your veins while you sleeping. Don't play with me.
Woo!
Don't play with me.
Monster, any kind of reflections you would have on the last straw or any kind of spitefulness coming your way or dishing it out?
I'm gonna give an overall scenario of what I take from today.
5 minutes.
First of all, when it come to these relationships, come on, y'all. If y'all go be out there cheating, y'all might as well let the other person go because it's not worth the consequences. You might run across the wrong person. They might be on some other stuff and you don't wake up. It's real out here. People get hurt stepping out on somebody. Come on, that ain't cool. We can do better than that. Just keep it real with somebody. If you don't want to be with them and you're using them, you might as well just let that shit go.
Well put.
Because when they feel like they getting cheated on, you might have a serial one on your team and don't even know it.
Mm-hmm. Well put, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. Reflections. 4 minutes.
Well, reflection real quickly. Note to self: do not cheat on Bronx baby.
That is a good idea.
Woo, that's to sum it up. So I'm gonna say mine. Real quick. My reflections on the show is basically that I'm gonna be the same way. I don't have to worry about retaliating against you, because you know what? If you do me wrong, life gonna retaliate on you. That's just what it is. What goes around comes around. Death, karma's a bitch, and death is his sister. So you'll get yours. But I want to thank everybody who came out today. This was a great show. With the spiteful stories and the last straw. I want to thank Bronx Baby. I want to thank Monster. I want to thank Chill. Monster, you know what you say.
And always thank you for participating, listening to this. And hopefully you like, share, and subscribe and come back and see us again.
Before we go, anybody got any things they want to promote on the show or no? Any businesses or anything? I always ask.
I want to promote this root juice. It's called for growing your hair for the females. If y'all look up my friend Tiffany Curry on Facebook, she is a proprietor and it works, girls. If you got edges, alopecia, problems with your hair, get on it. I got a full head, girl.
Any websites or any IGs or anything?
It's shoprootjuice.com. And she's on Facebook, IG, everything.
All right, send me that information so I can put it in the description of the video. That way, if somebody see it, they'll have a direct link to it. Okay?
No doubt.
All right. Everybody take care. Hope we come back for the next show. It was a banger.
All right.
All right now.
And we out.